Hey guys, welcome to Tuesday. Let me tell you why they want to bring your children into these drag shows. Let me tell you why they want to bring your children into this nonsensical circus and then defend it, is because they want your children to get used to seeing crazy, clownish insanity and have it normalized, so that then later on, whenever it is fully presented to this child in a dangerous situation, the child doesn't reject it because they have been told that this is all normal behavior. It's not normal behavior, people. It is not normal behavior. And I've said it over and over again. I'm going to keep talking about it. If I have to continue using this platform, no matter what happens, I'm going to continue telling you that this shit has got to get shut down, because they're playing the long game when it comes to your children and the next generation. They're playing the long game. So I have these people, as I said yesterday, who want to talk about the churches and the schools and all these things. Listen, there's a lot of bad things that happen in the dark. Those things should be exposed. Those people should be rounded up, and they should be penalized, okay? They should absolutely be imprisoned, put them in the wood chipper. I don't care what you do with them, but they need to be erased from society and taken out of the general population. But what's more nefarious that's happening with this family-friendly drag shows and this Pride Month garbage that's going on, and again, understand, when I'm talking about the Pride Month garbage that's going on, I'm not talking about your average rank-and-file gay. I don't care about that. I'm talking about the folks that are militant and are becoming more and more vociferously vocal about their agenda, and they're cramming a narrative down your throat. That army, that whatever LGBTQ plus mafia that's out there, they are actually working on an agenda, and it involves your children. And that's why they want your kids to continually, it's not about acceptance, it's not about inclusion, it's about mind control. It is about brainwashing. And a lot of people who are out there doing it, I don't even know at this point if they even realize what they're doing. But again, what you give access into your mind, what you give access through your eyes, what you give access into your heart is what you become. Like Proverbs says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. What you give access into your soul is what you become. And what you consistently see is what you're going to become like. And I'm just saying, it's just the way it is. You keep ruminating on these things in your brain, and you become like those things, and suddenly they're not weird anymore. Well, I want us to make some shit weird again, okay? Speaking of weird, Meg Reily's here. What's up?
What's up?
How are you?
Good.
How's that for an intro?
Oh, I love it.
I talked about drags and gays and quains and kangs, and then I said Meg Reily's here.
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
Not much is going on, really.
You drinking beer?
Of course. Well, yeah, of course. I always have a Miller on hand.
I drank a little too much last night.
Me too. Yeah. We went to the bar, and it was so much fun.
I know. We went to the bar, me and Meg. Her boyfriend was there too, so it was legal. But and she's 27 as well.
Yeah, just so y'all know.
Exactly. In case you missed the show 2 weeks ago, she is 27. Yeah. She's of age. I was drinking expensive tequila.
Yeah, I got him to take a pickle shot too.
Let's explain what a pickle shot is.
Well, so last night we used, I don't remember what whiskey, but
Maker's Mark.
We had whiskey and then pickle juice. And she had to go to the restaurant to get the pickle juice. She
came back with a big cup full of it.
I know. I loved it.
I like taking pickle shots. I'm not a shot taker per se.
Just pickle shots.
Now, my girlfriend CJ, she has this idea that if she's like, I found a way to just enjoy a drink all night long, and I don't have to worry about getting too drunk or anything like that, or it's sneaking up on me. And so she'll walk around with a shot glass of whiskey and a shot glass of pickle juice, and she'll just sip each of them. And I was like, that's a real good look.
Honestly, never have thought about that, but kind of want to try it.
She'll just sip on the whiskey and then sip on the pickle juice. And somewhere out there, people are cringing, going, "That's gross." But don't knock it till you try it.
I'm gonna have to do that next time I go to the bar, because usually I just drink Miller or like beer, like a light beer. But I love me some pickle shots.
I think that it's. I think it helps with the dehydration and the hangover process too. If you'll put the pickle juice in your body.
This Miller's definitely helping with my hangover right now.
Yeah, I know, right? So I did not realize that I was still feeling the effects of last night until I came in here and interacted with people around the studio, and I was like, I feel good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
being around people definitely helps with your hangover.
Yeah. Kayla, Brandon, you guys, am I enthusiastic today?
You very enthusiastic.
Am I
a little more chipper than usual?
It's because I'm
compliments
here.
left and right.
I wanted to. That's why I wanted to start out just going after the drags. The drags. I wanted to go after the drags because I wanted to bring myself down a notch or two. Let's get into this. So I said to you guys 2 months ago, I said, here's what's going to happen with that Dylan Mulvaney character. The dude who is parading around as a girl. I saw a news article this morning. He said he's ready to basically graduate from girlhood, which is weird to me, right?
What? Okay, that first off, like, I don't know. That just blows my mind. That graduate from it.
Yeah.
Like, because he talks about that he's a girl.
Not a woman.
So now he wants. Is that like him saying he wants to be called a woman?
Yeah. So the point of the article was, he said, every time he turns on the whatever the news or hears himself talked about, he is TikTok star Dylan Mulvaney or trans activist Dylan Mulvaney. And he says, I just want to be known as actress Dylan Mulvaney. I want to be known as comedian Dylan Mulvaney. And it talks about all the roles that he's played throughout his life. And I'm like, well, you're definitely playing the role of a lifetime trying to pretend to be a woman. This is the exploitation of femininity is what it is. It's basically saying, okay, you're a female, you are a biological female. Now let's parody every stereotype about what we assume to be feminine to make fun of it.
They're pretty, like, people like Dylan, they're trying to make it a mockery of what it is to be a woman, and like they never will understand fully what that is. And like for him, he also just came out saying that he was a lesbian.
Yeah. So he likes girls now.
Yeah, and so I don't know. It just blows my mind that you can become whoever you want to be, even though like science is science, and like I don't know. Jesus wrote that there is a man and a woman. Yeah, and I don't know. So. Well,
it's pretty clear. Go all the way back to the book of Genesis. I mean, and I said that to somebody on social media. I said, they said, well, how can you prove that there's only two? I said, well, you go back to the ancient writings of Genesis, and they're like, we're not talking about the Bible. I said, I'm not talking about a religious writing. I'm talking about an ancient script. Yeah. I mean, you could take this back however many thousands of years of human history. Someone wrote down God created them male and female. He created them both. It goes on to actually put an exclamation point on there. It says, yeah, both. So both means two. It's kind of hard to fight the fact that throughout human history, this is kind of the way we've seen it. And but this is a parody of that. So.
I feel like a lot of people in today's society are trying to just rewrite history, and like the dictionary, like the whole maps thing, and like pedophiles and stuff. I just think, whatever, I don't know, the dictionary doesn't, like, you can't rewrite history.
Right.
I don't know how I'm trying to say that, but
that's what they're trying to do, though. I mean, and we talked about this before we started. So you had, let's call it what it is. So you had pedophilia, and then they called it pederasty. Then they had the National Association for Man-Boy Love of America, NAMBLA. Now they're calling it MAPS, which is minor attracted persons. And I'm not accusing Dylan Mulvaney of that, but the fact that he calls himself a girl and then dresses up like a 6-year-old kid's character,
trying to entice and, I don't know, appeal to children.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, I just feel like those types of, and it's not against like the whole transgender community at all. It's just those that are trying to affect children and kind of teach them, like the whole Target thing.
Yeah.
That's like another thing, like, you go in and it's teaching you how to tuck your dick. Yeah. And I just think,
I said junk. She said dick.
Sorry. But it's true.
Okay, say it.
Like, I don't know. I just don't think that they're trying to just like get more children to believe in stuff. And I don't know.
Well, that's what I said yesterday, and I posted the clip on my social media. Good clip on that, Brandon, on pulling that clip out. It's just, I just want to keep kids innocent as long as they possibly can.
Yeah.
Just keep them innocent. They don't have to be exposed to all this stuff. I've got 3 daughters and a son, and I've got a stepson, and I did everything that I could within my power to just make sure that they weren't exposed to a lot of crap.
And I think it should be the parents' decision whether or not they should be like shown stuff, because I read the other day there was an 11-year-old that rented out a book he got from his library in middle school, that he rented out literally just to show his dad, and it's teaching them about anal sex with like guys, and that was like they could access that in the school, and it was like placed right by the entrance. And I honestly think it just should be the parents' decision whether or not their children should know about certain things, especially at that age.
Yeah. I said the other day, somebody told me, they said, we don't have those books in my library. What you have to do is most schools in America, most school districts, most school systems in every state have a digital library. And if you go to that digital library, like I know Texas has a digital library of things that are available and recommended reading for different levels in the public school system. If you go to that digital library, you could type this stuff in, and that's where you're going to find some really crazy stuff because it's in there. And we've exposed a lot of that on this show, and it's just got to end. But I called this a month or two ago. I said Dylan Mulvaney eventually is going to get tired of this charade of trying to be a girl and is going to start transitioning out of that. Now he's saying, I'm graduating out of girlhood.
It kind of makes me, like, from a creator standpoint, I don't know. I think he kind of just used his platform to
get famous.
Yeah, and then now that he is super famous and he's the talk of a lot, and like that's going on, I think he's now like, oh, I want to be an actress.
Yeah.
Like, so he's like, oh, it's easier now for me to achieve what I wanted.
Now imagine, Brandon, that you get cast in a movie.
Yeah.
And you're playing a leading man. And the actress across from you, the leading lady, is Dylan Mulvaney. You finally got your big break in a movie. And it's time to do the sex scene. Brandon, how do you proceed?
A lot of alcohol, and I remind myself how much money's in my bank account.
Yeah.
We're going to do this. I mean, look, I'd rather do that than sleep with Harvey Weinstein.
Everybody's got to do something to make it in this business.
Look, as Joe Rogan had a great joke where he's like, look, if my son had to sleep with Harvina Weinstein to be Batman, I'd be like, dude, you're going to be Batman. Now, if I don't have to actually sleep with Dylan Mulvaney, I just got to fake the funk. Yeah, that's what tequila's for.
Yeah, because those people, they actually did do stuff with Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
A legit casting couch.
And look, hey, for $20 million, that's a business decision.
That's a business decision.
Yeah.
It's like, I can be this, I can live out my dream 6 inches at a time, or...
Now, don't get me wrong.
And that's conservative.
The descriptions of his penis are horrifying. Because it's mutilated. It's a terror. Just the words alone.
Well, he's Jewish.
They went a little too much. They took too much off the top.
I had too much tequila last night. Speaking of that,
you know what's funny is the sex scene
right
doesn't
now.
Concern me as much as having to make out on camera.
That's
me.
the issue right there. Is I don't want to have to, I don't have to. You want any of this, or are you still drinking? You're still drinking your Miller Lite. Hold your glass there. Hold your glass. You're gonna kill it. You're the last one. I can't get the last drops out of there.
TikTok yesterday. That was an empty tequila bottle.
Yeah.
And it was like pretty much saying how. What did it say? It was like sometimes I fill my tequila bottles with water to, like, I don't know, fuck with my neighbors. Yeah.
And just stand out there and drink it. Yeah. All right, let's go to a break. I want to get into some news stories, get your take on it as well. Hey, I love my guys over at Barrel Buddy. I went to the range yesterday, and we tested out some new guns, tested out some body armor, all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, you go shoot your guns. Now you got to clean those guns. It's a dirty job. You got to do it, though. It is part of being a responsible gun owner. I don't like using the patches anymore. I don't like using the bore snakes or anything like that. Now that I found Barrel Buddy, they are a better solution. So what you do when you get Barrel Buddy is you put it on the end of your cleaning rod there, and you just push it through the barrels of the gun, and it compresses to fill the interior of that barrel, and it cleans the rifling grooves. And it's cool because it comes in 7 different sizes, so it'll match any caliber firearm you may own. And Barrel Buddy, it's composed of those polymers. It's kind of think about like those things you float on in the pool. It kind of feels like that, but it's got multiple polymers in there, and they don't leave behind the residual particles, so it's a safer concept. It scrubs, collects the particulates, it absorbs any residue, it buffs the interior of the surface. You can lubricate your firearm while you're cleaning it. It's an important step, cleaning your gun. It's very important. So try it with Barrel Buddy. It's a new concept, better way to take care of your firearm, and I want you to get some, and I think you're going to love it. So go over to barrelbuddy.com today and check them out. That's barrelbuddy.com, and we'll be right back. Hey, while you guys are still here and listening to the show, tune in. Listen to me, damn it. Listen. Those of you in the live chat, listen to me. Thursday night, I'm in Abilene. You can't come to that show. It's already sold out. You can't come to the show, okay? I don't care how much you beg. No. Friday night, Lawton, Oklahoma. We're going to be doing meth at that show because that's what you do in Lawton, Oklahoma. Do I have your attention yet? Okay. We're going to be there. It's going to be a great show. Buckwild Comedy Tour. Me, Zach Rushing, Dustin Sims, Jesse Payton. Don't miss it. There's still a couple of tickets left. Saturday night, big party, Arlington, Texas, Arlington Music Hall. Same drill. No meth. Okay. But you can come. So you go to chadpratherlive.com, get tickets, and then Biloxi, Mississippi, selling like hotcakes. The boys are back in town. We're going to make that town fall off into the Gulf. I'm coming in a day early, staying at the Hard Rock. I don't care. I'm hanging out at that swim-up bar. I love it there, and I'll be there. And then on the 24th, we're going to be in Beaumont. Zach Rushing and yours truly, just us two. There's plenty of us to go around, all right? So, chadpratherlive.com. I want to prove to you what I was saying in the last clip about how they're trying to normalize this in front of everybody. Play clip number 10.
So proud of Sister Roma and her work in the community, and I'm proud of California for standing strong to support LGBTQ people as our community is under assault in the rest of the country.
Sister Roma went on to say it's an incredible honor to have been nominated. She says being recognized not only means a lot to her, but the LGBTQ community at large.
All right, so that's Scott Wiener doing the talking. He's the actual real pedophile. He's the one who introduced legislation that you will not be put on a sex registry for the rest of your life and considered a sex offender if you have sex with someone just 10 years younger than me because you're close enough in age. 10 years younger than you because you're close enough in age. If you unpack the logistics of that don't work, because if you're 18 and you have sex with an 8-year-old, that's within the letter of the law. If you're 24, have sex with a 14-year-old, again, that according to him, you're not a part of a sex registry. So he's the actual pedophile. But when he says representing the LGBT whatever community, now put that person back up there. This is, I guess, one of those sisters of perpetual indulgence, one of these trans nuns or whatever.
It looks like a Muppet.
It looks like a cartoon show, right? This is like back when Saturday Night Live was funny. But does that truly look to you like a person who's just going about their business, trying to live their life, trying to fit in, trying to do their thing, wants to be left alone, doesn't want undue attention? I just want, I may be gay, but I want to be able to, work alongside you. I want to get married. I want to be able to get insurance with my partner. I just want to live a normal life like everybody else, okay? Does that look like that person to you?
You know what it looks like to me? It looks like those people that are in costumes on the Vegas Strip.
Yeah.
That are trying to I don't know.
Pretend to be statues or something?
Yeah.
Like Disney World, and then they move and it scares you. No, this is not a person that wants to just be like you. But if they keep promoting this way, you get desensitized because you're like, okay, well, there's another freaky person who's doing it. Well, if you keep exposing kids to that.
And kids do not have the right mindset. Their brain isn't fully developed and they can't make decisions.
Yeah.
To whether or not to have intercourse with someone an adult. And yeah.
I mean, I did a lot of crazy things when I was a kid. I mean, I put my finger up the dog's butt. I mean, there's just things you don't. But
things are different now, as a kid, because I have little cousins and little sisters, and I don't know, I just hear them talk, and it's just so different.
Yeah.
I don't know, just.
You shouldn't be exposed. Again, keep them innocent. You should not be exposed to stuff like this.
When I was in school, I never would have even imagine there being a book in a library about things or being exposed to that. It wasn't a conversation and it wasn't important. And it makes me worried about this generation and then future generations because they're trying to normalize it.
And by the way, for the record, I did not put my finger up the dog's butt. Okay. But I want to make sure everybody's clear on that.
I think you did.
No dogs were harmed in the filming of this program. Okay. This is a safe space for canines. But you don't know now. You don't know if it is a safe space for canines because now I've put it out there. See, that's how it works. Because now you're still going to question in your head. Did he put his finger in the dog's butt? He says he didn't do it. Well, the same applies to this so-called nonsense we're watching right here. Yeah. That we see them do these things. Oh, hey, there's a little 3-year-old giving a $1 bill and tucking it into a garter that's being worn by a dude in a dress with a camel toe, which I cannot figure out how, if you still have balls, it doesn't matter. But somehow they pull it off. And it's like, you see that kind of stuff and you're like, oh, no, it's totally harmless. It's totally harmless. Yeah, well, now you got that question in your mind. Is it harmless? No, because again, it's influencing generations to come. And the world's laughing at us. Now, if you go back and watch that clip, Scott Wiener says something I just like saying Scott Wiener. There's something, because I'm a 4-year-old, but there's something very interesting that he says. He says, who is fighting against the assault on the LGBTQ community. What assault? Like, I read that Ellen Page, isn't that her name? Who's now Elliot Page, cut her boobs off, became zipper tits, and I hear you, I feel for you on your journey, all this kind of stuff, but came out, I guess, yesterday or last night, something, and said she was attacked. And I'm thinking, Jussie Smollett should sue you for copyright infringement. That's already been done. Nobody. Were they screaming, "This is MAGA country"? Were they Nigerian brothers? Was there a noose hanging somewhere? I just don't believe this story. Who is assaulting gay people? Now, again, you F around with kids, you deserve to be assaulted. But I don't think anybody's assaulting innocent little Elliot Page. I don't. It just doesn't pass the bullshit test, right?
Yeah, I mean, not where they live.
No, in California.
Yeah, this is in
excellent
California.
Point.
Yeah, like they live around rich folk. Like, you think one of Elliot Page's neighbors just came out and was like, "I'm gonna gay bash you." Now, quote me in your book on that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some guy steps out and says, "I will leave my husband in there on the sofa and come."
Yeah,
because he's probably gay too where they live.
I spent a lot of time in West Hollywood. They give out free condoms, not slurs.
Well, I've spent a lot of time in West Hollywood too. I've told you, I go in there with a cowboy hat and it's like a revival of the Village people.
Yeah.
They freaking love me. I don't have to pay for any of my drinks. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. I mean, I've told you, my longtime gay agent that used to work with me, he asked me, he said, "Why do you stay at that Ramada Inn in West Hollywood?" I was like, "Well, I got to be in this part of town because it's easy access to Beverly Hills to come over to the office." And I said, I get a room there for $79. And he's like, and he's gay. He goes, "But that's the gayest place in Hollywood." And I'm like, "Not in my room, it's not." But there were very big mirrors everywhere and a lot of rainbow flags. And I was like, the whole building's pink. And I'm like, I'm okay with it. Like, I don't sleep face down and the door's locked. So it works. I was fine with it. And if you go to the bars, that's where all the hot girls are because they know they're not going to get hit on by the stupid straight guys.
That is genius.
Yeah.
Now we need to go to the Ramada.
The Ramada in West Hollywood's legit, man. And then I when I started making a little more money, I'd go up the hill to the Mondrian and stay up there. It's just as gay, but just a higher caliber. A different tax bracket up there. You know? So that's what's funny is all the time I've spent in Hollywood working in the entertainment industry, represented by a very gay man, and who was like family to me, and all the stuff I've done with people in both comedy and television just for the last decade, and people are going to call me some kind of a whatever phobe. It's like, I'm not scared of anybody that's gay. I ain't never met a gay person that can take me. I'm not saying you're not out there, but maybe we want to wrestle and find out. I'll bring the lotion. Bring the baby oil.
See, wrestling's how it starts.
That is how it starts. The next thing you know, there's things in your mouth.
Yeah, it's
weird,
a slippery
dude.
slope, as they say.
It's weird. I just love Pride Month. And I guess maybe it's the sodomy.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It's maybe it's just the weird sex you're having.
Yeah.
And I'm envious.
I've enjoyed that I feel like they've stepped it up this year.
They took it next level, bro.
Yeah, we've leveled up.
Corporate America is fully behind them.
Yeah.
Everybody, bro, can we please make a rainbow blaze logo?
Oh.
How have we not done this?
Yeah, why have we not?
Can we
so good.
Get them on the phone?
I'll get Alexander on it.
I was thinking about this the other night, and I just remembered it. I want a blaze rainbow.
Hell yeah, we got to be allies here.
I bet you would. I bet you would wear it, Kayla. Get your people. Can we put that? Holy shit, why are we not selling that on my store?
You should.
Yeah, we got to get on that ASAP.
I'd buy it.
I want it, man. Well, I had my chiropractor who is gorgeous lesbian. I mean, they're my favorite kind. The pretty ones.
Lipstick lesbians, as they're called?
She's so pretty.
Yeah.
When we met in Nashville. I had just done a show in Nashville, and I was downtown at Tootsie's, which sounds gay. And hey, she's my lesbian, damn it. Stop. You already got some lesbians. Let me have my lesbian. So anyway, her and her partner, and I love them dearly. They're such good friends of mine. And we met in Nashville, and I was at a bar with my entourage because I got that. And this girl walks up to me. She goes, "You're that guy." And I was like, "Hell yeah, I am," because it's a cute girl, right? And so then the girl, my chiropractor, she comes over, and she goes, "Oh, I don't know who that is." And she's like, "The guy talks in his truck. He tells this guy, oh, yeah. And so anyway, we're talking. And I'm sitting there looking at her. I was like, "God, you're really pretty." And the girl goes, it's next to her, she goes, "Don't even think about it." And I was like, "See, I knew y'all were gay. I knew y'all were lesbians. That was my test."
That's the same thing, though. Like, I feel like a lot of gay men are so hot.
They
it's
are,
always the
because
gay
they have
ones that
to be.
are like so hot.
There's no body fat. They want to be daddies. They want daddies.
Yeah.
But like they're in shape. They take care of themselves. They dress well. You can tell they're
Smell
gay by their
great.
shoes. Look at the holes in the bottom of this one right here. I ain't gay. That's holes right there. I got to get new boots today. I haven't even washed my clothes in 2 weeks. But you're right. So you're right. Those dudes are hot. But anyway, she came on the show one time when she was a guest on the show years ago, this friend of mine, and I was wearing my Gays for Trump shirt, and that pissed a lot of people off.
Really?
Yeah, my rainbow Gays for Trump.
People always loved my lesbians for Trump shirt.
Well, that's fun.
That is a good one. So let's put the rainbow blaze on there. We'll sell it at chadonblaze.com. Chadonblaze.com.
Yeah. I'll get Tyler on it immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to be an ally.
Yeah, we are. We're the biggest allies on this network.
That's how you win in America. It's not how you win globally.
We're trying to grow the channel,
Hey, you ever deal with inflammation? You're 27 years old.
Yeah.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
That's
all
from
the time.
drinking.
I know.
Meg.
I drink a lot of Miller.
Hey, everybody deals with pain from time to time. It's one of the few guarantees you have in life, along with death and taxes. But when it happens to me, I do something about it. Don't live with it. Just take care of it, okay? Sometimes you don't know what to do. Well, I'm going to tell you, Relief Factor is the trick. And I'm telling you, don't let pain and inflammation and all that stuff steal the joy out of your life. If you're one of the people who experiences that and know how awful it can be, remember, it doesn't have to be that way. Relief Factor is a great way to reduce pain, which is caused by the inflammation in your joints. And when you take it as directed, it could absolutely change your life. It's not a drug, but it's developed by doctors that know how to reduce inflammation. 70% of the people who take it keep on ordering it because it works. So if you're living with pain, stop. Try the 3-week quick start. It's only $19.95. It's a trial pack. Go to relieffactor.com or give them a call. 800-4, that's the number 4, relief. 800-4-RELIEF or relieffactor.com. We'll be right back. So you guys, do people know where you live, like what town you're in?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're College Station.
Yeah. I'm from Houston, but live in College Station.
Yeah, I don't want to out you.
No.
I don't want to dox you on the Chad Prather Show. But you said a minute ago, you said you used to do shows in College Station. I do every year. I do at what is now Stampede, which is a cool little venue. And me and Jesse Payton do a show there every year, usually around December. Back when it was under another name, the first time we ever did a show there, and it's connected to a mall, all right? And so out in the parking lot, go out to my truck to get something, and this guy and this girl, full-grown adults, rednecks, are having a marital spat. And the guy comes walking all the way up that parking lot. She's chasing him and just cussing him up a blue storm. I mean, calling him every name under the sun. And she's hammered drunk. And she's like stumbling around, you mother, and it's just crazy.
That's the Post Oak Mall for you.
Exactly. And so it goes, because we talked about this, how the mall is kind of a shitty place.
Yeah.
And so he finally gets in. No, she goes to get in the car, and he's pulling her out of the car because she's hammered drunk, and he's trying to leave in the car, but she moves him out of the way, tries to get in it, and she gets in there and she's trying to like drive the thing, and he's trying to pull her out. So she gets out of the car and comes at him again. Well, a cop at this point comes up, and he's trying to stop it, and she goes after the cop, and she's a little bit bigger, and so when she goes at the cop just kind of does a judo move on her and just kind of moves and lets her momentum go, and bam, she just face plants right in the side of the car. I wish I had that on video.
Aren't you glad you went to get something out of your car?
Yeah, dude, I got a show.
Right?
And then I had to go in and do a show. It was fantastic.
Dang.
But I mean, that girl literally beat the shit out of herself. It was amazing. It was so much fun to watch.
You never know.
And I didn't even think to pull my phone out. I think I might have got a little clip, but
well, you got to find it.
I need to find that. What, Kayla? I was mesmerized by Redneck.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, wow, this is white trash, and it's happening in front of me. It's like finding aliens, which we'll get to in a minute. But, nearly a third of Gen Z Americans say that the government should put cameras in every home to prevent crime and abuse. You believe that?
I don't think it should be required, but I think you should have the option whether or not.
If the government wants to put a camera in there?
Hell no.
That's the point. They want the government to put them in there.
They already know so much about you. Apple actually came out. They announced it yesterday, their new VR headset.
Yeah.
And it's actually really cool, but it's really scary because you can just no device connected to your hands, and you can tap things.
Yeah.
Just by doing that.
You control everything.
And that's just so weird that you can.
I think they've
that.
already implanted us with a chip. I think it's in us already. Somewhere they've stuck something in our.
Probably the COVID vaccine. If you
There's no
got
telling
it.
what they could do. They could probably push a button and we just drop dead.
Yeah.
At this stage, I don't know, but just the sheer fact that if I'm thinking about new clothes hangers or something like that for my closet, and suddenly I pull open Facebook and there's an ad for coat hangers.
Yeah. It's crazy that you can just be talking about something or even
you don't
thinking
have to talk about it anymore. You just think
thinking about something. The other day, I have a dog named Ollie, and there's a dog food brand named Ollie. I never looked it up, but one of my friends told me on the phone about it. And then all of a sudden, a month later, all over social media is just ads for Ollie, the dog food brand.
It's insane. I don't want the government. I don't want
Don't you wish you could do that for your show? Or something where if someone thinks about Chad Prather, you just start getting Chad Prather ads.
But people are already thinking a lot about Chad Prather.
Oh, of course.
So it'd be great.
Oh, of course.
It'd be great. But no, I wish that we could get that high of an algorithm for my live shows. That'd be cool.
Maybe one day.
Well, here's the thing about those glasses, Oculus deals, or whatever you want to call them, that Apple's just come out with. See, again, into this story, they've already got cameras in your house. Edward Snowden proved that.
We've got that ad if you want to watch it for the new headset.
Can we?
Yeah.
You got the ad? Play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see it. Pull that sucker up.
Let's go.
But I mean, they can use your cell phone. They can use your cell phone to spy on anything they want. Here we go.
They're probably detecting your eyes.
Dreamer, you're nothing but a dreamer.
That's what they're doing.
Well, can you put your hands in your head? Oh no, I said dreamer. You say you are a dreamer. Well, can you put your hands in your head? Oh no, I said fudge. Wanna take the year, like it is. Oh no, well you know you had it coming to you. I miss you so much.
All right, that's enough of that. I mean, okay. So Jason Buttrell, chief researcher here for Glenn Beck, he said yesterday, that it's going to get to a point where you won't even be able to function in society unless you have that. You won't be able to do business.
I feel like that's kind of the start of them trying to not get rid of the iPhone, but kind of you can rely on that. But I think that's a great way for them to monitor or like to
Everything.
scan your eyes, like your eyesight, and I don't know.
Which I think they've already got all that stuff too. So
That's just gonna, I don't know.
I know
think
people
it's
are going to
cool.
say, well, this Oculus and they already got these things for gaming and for,
But that ad,
this is
literally,
different though.
That makes it look like that's going to be your life. Like you can do everything with that. And honestly, the only reason I would ever use one of those is if I'm on an airplane, because that would be cool to watch a movie like that. But like to function and do everyday life.
Yeah, that's where you're going to do business meetings. That's where you'll do your whatever Zoom
And if
calls.
you're texting, if you're literally texting and say like you walk up just in person, you pop up on the thing.
Yeah.
So it's like you never have to take them off.
And you can type. I mean, a little keyboard will come up and it just knows where you're putting your fingers.
Have you ever seen
That's
that
weird.
Netflix show Black Mirror?
No.
It's a lot. That reminds me of that show. It's very, you need to watch it.
All right.
Definitely.
This stuff scares me.
Yeah.
Brandon, let's go buy some.
Oh, yeah. Kayla and I were just saying the company needs to buy one of these. Now, they're only $3,500.
You should
Only
do a show.
$3,500. That's
You should
it.
do a show with them on one time.
That'd be weird.
It'd be kind of cool.
That's going to be the future.
I won't even have to come in here.
At some point, all these cameras will just work in AR and VR.
Yeah. I could lose 20 pounds. Like AI Chad would look a whole lot better.
We could filter you up, throw some nice filters on there.
I wouldn't be so orange.
You
as I
can
am
make
on
you whatever
this show.
color you want. That's
You know?
the beauty. In the digital world, you can be anything.
I can be.
Yeah. But then you come back to the
Ooh.
real world and you realize you can't.
The imagination runs amok with all the enhancements I could give myself.
My favorite part of watching that, though, is immediately it's just going to be used for people to watch porn.
It's 100%.
yeah.
It's next level porn, bro.
Yeah.
That's
The
what everyone
That's really
was
what it
doing
should be
when
an
the-
ad for.
When the Oculus came out, that's what
Yeah.
everyone was like using it for. Because also,
Really?
Yeah. Well, I don't. Not me. I see,
Really, Meg?
No. I see how it came out like that.
Yeah.
But no, like I just have read that people, because you can. There's like VR porn where you can like interact and like select. So it's pretty much like you're just having sex with someone.
Yeah,
and you get to choose.
it is a literal virtual reality, and it's scary. You won't need human interaction anymore. And
hate
again,
that.
let's go back to what I was saying at the very beginning. This is how you desensitize society. Pornography is how you desensitize society. I mean,
And for Apple, the thing is also like for Apple to come out with it, like I don't know, I feel like when Apple comes out with a new product, a lot of companies start making stuff that's similar to it.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is honestly a start to a new technology we've never had, and it's terrifying.
I mean, I have in all full, I have those Oculus things because
You watch porn? I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, it's No, I
Yeah.
seriously, I was like, what's the fascination? And so they
They're
were on
kinda
sale for
cool.
like $200, and I was like, okay, let me see what the deal is. And again, CJ's one of her kids was wanting it, and I was like, well, let me just see what the deal is,
Yeah.
and test this
They
thing
are
out.
cool.
It's
just
wild.
It's terrifying to
Scary.
me.
But I mean, I haven't put those things on in, I don't know, a year. It's like
I feel like
I'd rather
those-
interact with human beings.
Yeah, I feel like those, I don't know, the only reason I would ever use it is if I'm on an airplane or like traveling solo. But I don't know, I'm more of like a people person, and I'd rather just talk to you
Yeah.
face to face. And
Nah, it's overrated. All right, guys. Jase Medical, the same company that brings you the Jase case, has a cool thing now called Jase Daily. It's a prescription supply service that allows you to get up to a 12-month backup supply of your prescription medication in case of an emergency. So it covers a whole bunch of medications: cholesterol, diabetes, heart health, blood pressure, mental health, a whole bunch more. You just have to check it out. This is absolutely the ultimate must-buy in family preparedness. Your order is reviewed by a certified healthcare professional. It's delivered right to your door. We had Sean Rowland on the show recently, and he's the one who founded Jase Medical. And what he was talking about was basically saying that you don't, you got the Jase case, you have access to antibiotics, but you take other medications probably, and they're produced overseas. So something happens, they're going to take care of themselves before they ship it over here to you. So he said the peace of mind gained by having this kind of long-term supply of your vital medications, he said it can't be overstated, and that's true. So for your sake and your family's sake, you need to be prepared. Head over to jasemedical.com. Check them out. Enter code CHAD, I spell it Chad, at checkout for a discount on your order. That's promo code Chad at jasemedical.com. We'll be right back. My favorite emoji that I'm texting everybody is the unicorn with the rainbow horn right now. I'm an ally. So no to the cameras in your home. Anna Paulina, Representative Anna Paulina Luna. She's a friend. She had this to say about the FBI and one of her informants, a Biden informant. Play that clip.
Well, we're expecting him to deliver. As you heard in the previous segment, the speaker even said that if this FBI director doesn't do his job and doesn't answer to Congress, he's going to be held in contempt. You know, over the last couple of months, House oversight, as well as the staff that helps us run the investigations, has proven that we've actually been able to provide evidence. You know, before there was speculation on the Ponzi scheme for influence peddling and also the personal enrichment of the Biden family. And now what we're finding is that these are no longer allegations, and we're creating a hard case. In my opinion, Maria, what we're seeing right now, if this is true, which I do believe that it is true in regards to Joe Biden receiving briberies and Hunter Biden, I do believe that this is grounds for impeachment. And so it's important that we continue to move forward to bring this to the American people, but also, too, that we, I think, do a house cleaning within our DOJ, because as you had stated earlier, they are protecting this family. The FBI is protecting the Hunter Biden family, and it's not okay.
So she said that the FBI is reportedly afraid that their informant who brought forth information regarding the bribery scheme involving Biden during his days as Obama's vice president would be killed if unmasked. So, she said, well, you heard her quote right there, but it's going to be interesting to see how this thing plays out. So, I don't know if you keep up with any of that stuff at all.
Not really.
it's a mess.
Yeah.
Stay out of it. It's ugly. Stay on porn on your Oculus, whatever. Stick with the government cameras in your home.
Nah.
No, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. I mean, there's no doubt about it. See, here's the difference, and I'll just say this for those listening. See, here's the difference. You remember when Adam Schiff, Congressman Adam Schiff, he's such a joke. He said he had, unquestionable, undeniable, lots of evidence about Trump and his Russian collusion. And it turns out he didn't have any of that at all. I mean, he's a proven liar with all of that. Of course, we knew he was lying. Well, now I hope that, these guys like Comer and the different ones that are on this congressional committee who are saying that they have this proof and these documents that are verifying that Biden was engaged in this bribery scheme. I hope that they don't pull an Adam Schiff and actually will pull this stuff out and make it a verifiable thing, because I don't want to we've had enough with witch hunts, okay? Millions of taxpayer dollars don't need to keep being spent on these stupid witch hunts. But I think there's substance here, because, again, how do you become what Joe Biden has become without some nefarious things that are going on? I mean, Joe Biden's never had a job. I mean, yeah, they made him a professor at Pennsylvania. Well, he was laundering money through that office too. I mean, he was getting Chinese donations when he was a professor at University of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and also, when is it a good reason for the FBI to be like, hey, he's probably going to get killed if he gets loose? Like, isn't that their literal job?
Yeah.
You can't keep one person safe for a few weeks?
Yeah, can we maybe, I mean, aren't y'all the guys who do the witness protection thing?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
I mean, isn't that why you guys exist?
Yeah.
To do that?
Also, who's going to kill the informant? Most likely going to be one of the intelligence agencies.
Probably the FBI.
Yeah.
You know why we know this guy's afraid for his life? Because we told him we'd kill him.
Yeah.
We told him that we would smoke his ass if he doesn't shut up.
That was the first thing I thought of when I saw that tweet. I was like, is the FBI threatening this particular individual? Because it sounds like a threat.
We have it on good authority that we can kill you.
They're going to heart attack gun him.
Yeah. And so, play clip number 3 real quick, please. If you have it.
You were a Republican most of your life, but voted for, and you may still consider yourself one, but voted for Biden in 2020. Do you intend to vote for him again, or is there anyone on the Republican side you might consider if it's not Trump?
It has to be Joe Biden. And I'm glad he's willing to serve. It has to be somebody committed to the rule of law, committed to the values of this country. And I'm not talking about policy. People can disagree about policy. There are things above those disagreements that all of us should think about the same way. The president must be someone who abides the law and our Constitution. And there's no one else but Joe Biden.
You can't even stand up half the time.
I have a feeling that by James Comey, that clip is not going to age well. Not going to age well. So, all right, big tech, big data. They've shown us time after time that they're not on our side. Yes, we are giving them access to record our personal lives 24/7, whether they got a government camera in your home or not. They're looking through your phones, and when your phone is off and the microphones are off and the camera, guess what? The location trackers still work. Get lost in the woods. They'll come find you. That's right. That's tech, people. Your personal security now, when it comes to maybe your crazy ex or somebody stalking you or even trying to blackmail you, that stuff happens more than you think. Ask somebody who knows. So I use Refuge Ghost sleeve. It's made in America from American buffalo leather. It's a cool little wallet-looking thing, but it blocks 5G signals, and other Faraday sleeves, they don't do that job. They miss those signals. So they're the only Faraday sleeve that blocks the signal and the sound, and they added the sound blocking panels on each side to keep your conversations private. So this isn't some clunky metal box. It looks cool. It's easy to put your phone in and whip it out when you need it. And so just be careful out there, guys. People are listening in, and the Refuge Ghost sleeve can help keep you safe. So visit them, check them out, refugeprivacy.com. Use code CHAD, I'll spell it, Chad. Save 10% off your order. That's refugeprivacy.com, promo code CHAD for 10% off. We'll be right back. Meg Reily, where can people find you?
You can find me on TikTok at Meg Reily, Instagram, Facebook, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And
how many
YouTube.
followers now on TikTok?
I hit yesterday 2.3 million.
That's a lot of people.
I know.
Help me grow TikTok.
I will.
I'm at like 275,000.
I do coaching, so
yeah.
I can totally.
Well, here's my coaching. Hire a 12-year-old to do it for you. I think that's how I got to 250,000.
I think how I got to it was before I was a full-time creator, I was working in digital marketing. And so I would do like marketing campaigns for national brands and agencies. And I think that helped me learn how to
You're
brand
doing
myself.
it right. So follow her on all the brands. It's very entertaining. It's a lot of fun.
I post comedy stuff, very uplifting.
Yeah.
So
it's good stuff. Creative.
Thank you.
And I don't know where you find the time to do it all, but we're going to talk more about that later on this week. Hey, guys, come find me, ChadPratherLive.com. Let's put meat in the seats, baby. I need some tickets sold.
Woo!
Let's have some fun, all right? And ChadPratherLive.com, coming all over the place. That sounds funny, Sam, coming all over the place. But I will be coming all over Oakmont, Pennsylvania in August, so check that show out if you're in the Pittsburgh area. We'll see you tomorrow. We love you. God bless you. Talk to you then. Bye.
You should use that.